Mexico. Ole, here we go. I'm glad you came to the Mexican cooking class. Growing up in Chippewa Falls, I'd never heard of such a thing as an enchilada. But then I moved to Dallas, and I learned to like all of it a lot. And then I learned a lot from my mother-in-law, who grew up in Waco and made flour tortillas every morning for her whole family. Not air-conditioned. There goes the wristwatch, broken. Okay, today we have Judge Van Akkeren. He's our sous chef.
Thank you.
We have our wonderful volunteers, Janet Ray, Beth Sommerfeld, Peggy Sue Watson, Rachel Curlin, Evie Grassi, Mayor Sorensen, Françoise Pietzner, and of course Anne and crew, Jar, did all the table decorations and setting. Thank you. Nothing could be accomplished without the volunteers, and we know that. And wonderful Emily is going to sing for us. And I know the first line, but I'm not going to sing.
Or maybe it's a different version. So we joke around here that no one can ever say no to Marilyn. And I want you to think about it. If Marilyn's ever asked you for anything, have you ever been able to say no? No. So Marilyn asked me if I could sing Cielito Lindo, and I said, of course. You might recognize it. This is a very popular song that you'd hear with a mariachi band. I do not play guitar, so I'm going to sing one little verse and one chorus, and if you recognize the chorus and want to join in with me, you are certainly welcome to. De la sierra morena, cielito lindo, vienen bajando un par de ojitos negros, cielito lindo de contrabando. Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. That's wonderful. Oh, great. Thanks, Emily. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll keep that, then I'll sing it at home for my husband. Oh, then I'll leave it for you. Oh, I should. That's all right, next time. Yes, and I do not know the words, but I can say some of the words, and I certainly can pronounce the Spanish words. I do not know what they mean always. I can translate a little bit. So the chorus that most of you knew, ay, ay, ay. Sing and don't cry. Isn't that nice? Canta y no llores. That means sing and don't cry. That's nice. Yes. I do it every day. Sing and don't cry. That's right. Now you know. That's right. Like I can pronounce El Milagro. I know Milagro means, oh, I don't know. Maíz is corn. It's corn tortillas. Okay, let's see. We have to start. We're going to make a little salad. We're going to make chicken enchiladas, beef enchiladas, and it is with a T in there, enchiladas instead of das. You don't go to jail for pronouncing the D. That's fine. We're going to make tamales. And I like, they can be folded. Come on, Mr. Judge. You have this page. There's a couple of ways of making the tamales. Most of the time they're served folded, but I think they look extra enticing if they look like a firecracker. And this is the corn husk. And I buy them by the bag full. I just spilled my tequila. By the bag full at the grocery store. And they have to be soaked in order to be pliable. So here's the harina de maíz, grain of corn, yes. Amarillo, yellow. I knew that meant yellow. So I mixed this with, Judge, could you find that rubber scraper? And all of this can be shortening, but this is bacon fat. So we put that in there.
You know it's going to be good,
nice. And to make the tamales a bit more interesting, I put in some chopped red peppers, not hot, just red peppers and green peppers and yellow peppers. Usually it's the corn husk spread with the masa, and then you put the meat on it and then fold it. I mix the masa with the vegetables and the meat. It's easier to do, and I like the looks of it. So we have this. It'll end up looking like that. And this takes a large amount of warm water. I would guess 4 to 6 cups. You wouldn't think so. And as it sits, it absorbs more and more. And it should be kind of like that kind of a texture. Can you get a bunch of those off from me? Thanks. And then warm water. So I need probably half of that full of warm water. And then some salt, some pepper, whatever you think. Hot peppers if you like. And Judge, I'll let you stir this together. You're a bit stronger than I am. I have a sort of an anecdote, and you have to tell me if this is true.
Okay.
My sister lives in Middleton, and a neighbor of hers is a retired judge that supposedly you know, and the two of you, while you were both practicing, did not talk to each other on purpose because you did not want it to influence your decisions. Is that true? Say yes.
Yes.
You don't know. You've never heard that before. But that's what my sister told me about Judge Van Akkeren. So you have a good reputation in Middleton.
Oh, well, always important.
Okay, Judge, here we go.
Judge, while you're stirring, why don't you tell everybody when you were the judge and the spiel.
Yes.
The bio.
Give the bio
The bio
of yourself.
of myself, okay. One part of my family, I am 6th generation Sheboygan County. That's one of the German parts of the family on that. And it's one of those cases where my grandfathers were both Dutch and my grandmother's first names were Frida and Hildegard. So gives you a pretty good idea what kind of ethnic background. Grew up on the south side of Sheboygan, between Alabama Avenue and Georgia Avenue, and when I was 11, my parents built a house right at the end of Georgia Avenue, so that's where I finished growing up there. Graduated from South in 1970, spent a few years in the Army Security Agency, and then finished law school and came back to Sheboygan to practice law.
Hey, good,
And,
wonderful.
Yeah, I did that for 8 years and then was elected judge in 1989. Served until January of 2016 when I said, time to retire early so we can travel. She's a very wise woman because if I waited to the end of my term, it would have been 2019. And we would have got right into COVID.
Oh, yes,
shortly
yes.
thereafter.
Yeah, right.
Extremely wise person.
Yeah, good, thank you. And let's see, I think, now that's really bland. So let's put in some salt. Well, it's a lot of masa. It's a lot of masa. A lot of masa. And then it does need a little bit of sugar.
Maryland pinch.
Can you give this a cut? Just dice it up. Here's a cutting board, and we'll put that in with the masa also. Thank you. Thanks, Janet. let's just see how this tastes now. Judge, would you like to, oh, I can tell the pepper is going to make me sneeze. Okay, give it a taste. See if it tastes, if we need more salt, more sugar, more anything, to make it have some flavor.
I would maybe put a little more sugar in.
Okay?
And I would put more pepper in myself.
Okay, go ahead, put some more pepper into it.
You gotta have,
And of course, you can use cayenne red pepper if you would like.
Okay.
Give it another taste with a new spoon, yep.
Yep. I think pretty good there.
All right, now we'll let that sit, and it will become thicker and thicker. And we're going to put a little bit of diced pepper in there just to make it prettier. And the chopped green chilies adds a little flavor, and it looks prettier. Now the trick to tamales, you have the sheet in front of you that shows the traditional way of making tamales. It's spread on the corn husks. One trick, this is a dry corn husk, so it will not work well. It needs to be soaked like overnight, so it's much more pliable. And I like to make them like little firecrackers. Judge, can you just cut off a couple of strings?
Okay. Oh, it's hiding underneath here.
And then fold it over, and then, that's all right. We just need two.
There we go.
Okay. Tie one right there. And then they're steamed. All of this is cooked. Now, in the masa filling of your tamales, there's also diced pork. We have chicken, beef, and pork today.
So any of you are following a Lenten fast type of thing? Sorry.
That's true. Yep. Okay. So they're steamed because it's all cooked, and then they are like this. You pull off the string, put the filling onto your plate, and eat it. And of course, you can put some hot sauce on it, and we're also going to make a hot sauce. Well, it isn't all that hot. Okay, but before we do that, let's get on with the tequila that you have in front of you. You have salt, you have a tequila shot, and you have lime. And I've never done this before. I did it at practice in the kitchen. Okay, there's three of them here. 3 shots. Okay.
Well, don't have them all at once.
Okay. Lick your hand. Put some salt on it.
Is this what we're doing, Marilyn?
Yep, we're doing it. Okay,
All right.
Judge, you too.
Okay.
Is this the salt?
Yep. Oh, yep, that's the salt, yep. So I will be having 2 alcoholic beverages today. Can you imagine? Because I usually don't do that for 6 months. But I think the family is taking me to Prohibition tonight. And I'll have a,
Right. Old fashions, right?
well, a dirty martini. The taste's awful, which I really like. Okay, let's see. We lick.
Lick, sip.
The lime is the most powerful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Woo.
What is that?
The steamer, okay, this is hot water boiling, and that's a rack holding the tamales, another rack holding the tamales. It's a steamer, and I use it also to make little Asian dumplings. That works well. Yep. I don't do steamed fish, I do fried fish. But usually it's tamales or the steamed dumplings. Okay, let's do this. Onion, tomatillos. Tomatillos are those tomato-looking things with the husk. Okay, that's good. Okay, let's put a little pepper. A little salt. And I'll bet we do need a little bit of sugar in here also. So it isn't quite so harsh. Okay. I'll turn this on and then, Judge, you can taste it.
See what we got here.
It smells good up here.
Is it just right? Okay, good, good. We also have Frank's Louisiana Red Hot, which I like a lot. Many, many years ago, I was catering in somebody's house, I won't tell you who, and I used Frank's Louisiana hot sauce. And one of the guests said, well, why do you use that one? And I said, because it has flavor and tang, not just heat. And he said, oh. And then on the bottles of Louisiana Red Hot, they put the perfect blend of flavors and heat. And for many years it was flavor and heat, not flavor and tang, not just heat. But now they've, I thought, good, I got.
Did you get a commission from that?
Nothing, nothing. But it was good for my ego. Okay, we need some sort of a bowl or something to put this into.
I'll go get one.
Okay, thanks. That's the salsa, the tamales. Let's show them the ice cream. We're not going to put but little corn tortillas dipped in melted chocolate, and we will put ice cream in there, and then you can put some strawberry, blueberry on. It'll be kind of messy, and servers, I will guarantee some of these will break. You just glue it back together with ice cream. Okay, enchiladas. I'm going to demo the meat enchiladas. Let's see, how about some of this paper? Okay, Judge, I'm going to show you how to make an enchilada.
Okay.
The way my mother-in-law taught me. And these are fairly flexible. They become more flexible if they're soaked in warm water, because now when I fill it, it's going to break. But if it's soaked in warm water, it'll be more pliable. So we simply put on some meat and put on some pretend cheese that I don't have here, and just roll it and put it into here. Yeah, it'll break, don't worry.
Okay.
That we know.
All right. Oh, yeah.
That's it. And you just do it over and over again. Then, and there's cheese in there also. The top sauce that my mother-in-law from Waco, Texas, who did not speak English, taught me. Can of chili con carne on top of the whole casserole, and then more cheese. So I thought, thank you. Yes. When I met Lee in Dallas, as I think I've told you, I decided to go out with him because he had a job, he was a nice guy, and he could dance. And he was a hard-working man. And of course, the people in Dallas, Texas said to me, well, Marilyn, we knew you were a Yankee. No good Texas girl would ever marry a Mexican. That was 1950, yeah. 1962, right. And in Lee's hometown of Waco, he had to walk through the black district to get to school. And of course, they had separate schools, separate and unequal. Oh yes, yep. That was then, now is now. And with the chicken, I dipped it into the warm cream, as the recipe says, and filled it with chicken and cheese and some chilies to make it a bit more interesting. And topped it with cream and cheese. Are you going to make those at home?
They will have to.
Okay, and you too, Mayor? Okay. We'll make the salad. And a cutting board and a knife right next to the mayor. Oh, here, Peg, would you hold up one of those salads? Just hold, yeah. We have, it's supposed to be jicama. They did not have jicama. We ended up using turnips. Supposed to be pomegranate. They did not have pomegranate, so we ended up using star fruit carambola, and then cucumber and cilantro, and then orange seasoned rice vinegar, which is simply sweet. It's sugar added with water and vinegar. So, what's the other name for star fruit? Carambola. Okay, you go ahead and do that, and then I will try to peel this turnip. If you'll just, and that could go right in there. If we have a knife here of any sort. Can I get a little paring knife? Thanks. This lime green color is great, isn't it? And of course, the molcajete that I bought 63 years ago. Can you imagine? We've been married 63 years. Holy moly. Holy guacamole, you're right. And when I purchased it, it was very rough. It's granite, but now it is very smooth. Don't need that. Don't need that. We'll leave that in case somebody wants some. And of course, we're going to pick out all these seeds in here. Lots of little, now you can eat the seeds, it's just doesn't look as pretty with the seeds in there. Okay, thanks. Oh, I'll do, you want to work on taking out the seeds? Thank you. I loved turnips as a kid because it's kind of tangy and crunchy. And of course, what's the other vegetable that's kind of golden that reminds you of a turnip? Kohlrabi. Oh yeah, which I learned about in Sheboygan. And that would work in this also, it would. But then there's the rutabaga. But yeah, you're right. The kohlrabi would work great in there. Parsnips? I would think you'd have to cook them first because of the core, or take the core out and slice it thinly. Why not?
In our household, we call kohlrabi German jicama.
Okay, all right, yes. And I'll get the seeds and put them on here. Then we'll use this dish to add the dressing.
Actually, what I can do is just do it over the thing. So.
There we go. Okay, we've got star fruit, turnip, Then, of course, into this we had nopalitos, which is nopal chilies that are cut up, and they're just pickled, nothing else. What else do we have in there? Cucumber.
Cucumber,
What else?
Oranges.
Oranges.
peppers, canned peppers, the little corn.
The little baby corn, anything that you like to put into the salad. Now, the magic dressing, seasoned rice vinegar.
And cilantro.
That's it. So any vegetables that you like and a mixture of fruit with it, and then this. Because even though it is vinegar, it tastes sweet. What did we forget? Let me look at my worksheet. We did the shots. We demoed the beef enchiladas. The chicken is put together the same way, but with chicken. The tamales. As I say, I cooked the pork, chopped the onion and the peppers and put it in with the masa. And the jicama salad, which is today turnip and star fruit. And then, of course, we have the little mini corn tortillas dipped in chocolate. We'll put some ice cream in there. We have blueberries and strawberries and sauce.